All right, guys, welcome back to Tai Tarot. And today we're going to be doing a reading for Leo. So we're going to cover quite a few topics tonight. Just kind of give you guys a heads up. I will put timestamps in the description box below. But the first topic we're going to cover is wealth. Those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I do non-traditional tarot and oracle reads. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, make sure you check your moon and your Venus signs. My subscribers, welcome back. And let's get down to business. So like I said, Leo, we're going to be doing wealth first. And we'll go from there. Okay, so the first one is bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. Archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Mice, discord amongst friends or family. Money path, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Danger, fear, worries, tense situations. Dagger, I'm sorry, not danger. Since I said danger, some of you Leos might need to heed that, okay? Claw, be careful, do not take risk. Whale, great worry over nothing. And broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. All right, so I got several messages coming in for you guys, Leo. Some of you are waiting very desperately for a particular offer from your employer, whether it's a new promotion or even a new job altogether, and you're waiting for them to make a decision to hire you or not. With this new job comes new opportunities, new ventures, of course, and new money. Always remember that your path is limitless and you are limitless, okay? You might have some drama with some family members, especially if you are working in a area where there's another family member. It doesn't have to be immediate. It could be a second or third cousin, an in-law, whomever. But somebody, I feel, is jealous of you, especially if, like I said, they're working in that same field and they see your opportunity for advancement, for abundance, is kind of not in their favor on their side. So just kind of be wary of that. But in the end, that too shall pass. So you got the whale here, which is great worry over nothing. So you might need to kind of not put too much energy in it. Okay. Like I said, you got the money path card. This job is going to, or this particular, now it could be a gift from somebody that you've helped in the past, whether if you were in healthcare or some type of, housekeeping job. Somebody could have just gifted you a nice bonus because you really did a good job, good work. So that's a possibility also. If that is the case with the gifting of money, don't put any fear into it. A lot of people, when they get a lot of money, they get kind of overzealous, and next thing you know, they're broke. If you look at people who win the lottery, they say statistically that 70% of the people that win the lottery after about 7 to 10 years are pretty much back where they started, if not worse. Okay. So whether you get $500 or $5 million, okay, sit down at your, kitchen table, the back porch somewhere with pen and paper. Write down everything you need to pay off. Write down the things that you need to get done. Then worry about others. Be a financial blessing to yourself first. Okay. I know that sounds selfish, but that's something that you need to consider. Okay. Um, with the claw here, it says don't take any risk. When it comes to wealth, you really have to, like I said, have that mindset of abundance, but don't let greed get into it. Okay, I see so many millionaires out there that they got everything that they can possibly want, and then they want more. Okay, sometimes you got to put a limit. It's all ego driven. The ego should work for us, not us working for our ego. Okay. So, be careful, Leo. Kind of have an idea of what you want to spend. Don't go out there and buy a $5 million home when you only have 7 million. Okay, you got to remember, you got to pay for keep up too. You got to pay for house insurance, house tax. You got to pay for utilities, food, obviously. So kind of be mindful of what you're looking at. Like I said, budget. Sit down. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. Sit down, pen and paper, and write out. Me personally, I do it twice a month. Okay, when I get paid, and I sit down and I really look at what's going into my account, what's going out of my account. I look at, what my assets are and what my liabilities are to get my net worth. Okay. You don't have to be a millionaire to have a net worth. Everybody has net worth. You just got to figure out what it is. The broken ring here, it says parting of the ways in either romance or business. This kind of goes in hand for those of you who have left a job for a better job, or, you still reeling from the pandemic from 2020, and you finally getting your feet wet, as what my mom and grandma would say, to kind of get back into the game. Okay. So, you're going to have pros and cons when it comes to money. Definitely. Okay. So just make sure you know exactly what you're doing. Like I said, and have a plan. That's always the case. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards for you guys, at least in this subject. Wow. Just what I say, structure, solid foundation, forming. You have to make sure you have an idea, you have a path, you have a goal as far as what you want to have done. Okay. And this card won't stay still. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna pull it. Wow. Okay. This particular card here was on top of the deck, guys, and it was almost as if somebody was sliding it to me. So I tried to push it back, kept coming, so I'm gonna pull it. Guilt, sabotage. Okay. Don't let nobody guilt you into giving money. Okay. Don't be somebody's personal ATM. Okay. Set your boundaries. All right. Friends and family. Family in particular. Okay. That's the worst thing that you can have is your family take all your money, Because if you get a little piece of change and somebody finds out, you're going to have friends that you didn't think you had. Okay. You don't have to change your phone number. You don't even have to change where you live. Don't let nobody run you out or put you in a position where you have to do it. But, set up your boundaries. Caller ID apps are everywhere on Android and Apple. Okay. All right. Those of you who are worried about safety when it comes to wealth, you and your loved ones are safe. Okay. Again, if you are winning this, $1.3 billion jackpot that's up for grabs, congratulations to you. Make sure of course, make sure you are safe. Don't be blasting on social media that, oh my God, I got money. Okay. Don't do that. sometimes a non-talkative person is the strongest person in the room. Okay? Give to some charities. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Then if you want to give a couple of friends that you know have had hard times money, then by all means do so. Okay? But like I said, don't become somebody's personal ATM. All right, I got one more card for you guys. In the near future. So for those of you, the Window to the Soul tarot deck, which is one of my favorite decks, is definitely giving you guys a timeline. So in the very, very near future. Okay. So I hope that helps for those of you. Oh, got one more deck to do. Got to tell you what stone you need to have. All right, here we go. This card that I'm about to pull is for a particular stone that you can use for meditation and prayer. And that one flew out. Creativity. Use creativity to transform your pain into positivity. Okay. So if you have a Amazonite for throat chakra, that, throat chakra helps you with communication. If you have that stone, you can meditate with that. That'll help you clear your throat chakra. If you don't have any Amazonite, I do have 2 stores on Etsy that I'll put in my description box below that you can actually get Amazonite. I have raw pieces, and I also have custom design jewelry, bracelets, chokers, anklets, and some fidget rings, those of you who are interested in that. Okay? So, Leo, that is wealth. So let's go on to the next one. I'll try to get through these as efficiently as I can. All right, so we're done with wealth. Next is marriage. So those of you Leos that are married, this section is for you. All right, we have horse, short journey, bread, a period of prosperity and abundance, valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. We have vine, seek out information that will help you. And interesting enough, we have ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. We got marriage for marriage. Interesting. Okay, so like I said, those of you who are already married, obviously, or engaged, okay, this section of the reading is for you. Now, some of you out there, there is a sub-journey, okay, that you're going to be going through, either before you get married, if you're not married yet and you're engaged, or those of you who are already married. You know what your situation is, your circumstance. Like I said, this is a general read, so make sure you have proper judgment and discernment for all tarot reads, not just mine. There's a situation that's going to come about that's going to require your attention. Now, it might take you, or it might take you and your partner to solve this situation. there's a task that you have to do. It could be inner cleansing. It could be prayer and meditation on a situation concerning the house that you guys are about to close on, or it could be a situation as far as something simple as, I got my stuff in storage, he has his stuff in storage, we got this new house, we got maybe have to downsize or cut back on the furniture. Could be something as mundane as that, but there is a very short journey that will require your attention. You're going into this period of peace and prosperity and abundance because you are coming together as a married couple. That's going to strengthen you. Always remember that all of us leave a consciousness imprint on everything that we do, whether and everybody that we come in contact with, as well as plants, animals, inanimate objects. Okay, for instance, you got one person that has a car for 20 years, and that car looks probably 15 years younger than what the age of the car is, versus somebody who has a brand new car and within 7 months it looks like crap. Okay, so your consciousness seeps into everything. Okay, life is consciousness and consciousness is life. Like I said, now there is a small percentage of you Leos out here that if you have not been proposed to, you got a proposal coming as far as marriage proposal. Only, and I say that only for the fact of, even though this is a marriage read, however, the ring card came about where it's saying a marriage will take place either romantic or business. Now, it could also mean too, on the opposite side, a marriage is a union, okay, coming together. So this marriage, quote unquote, could also be something from a business aspect and not necessarily a romantic marriage. So that's for a few of you out there, that whatever union that you're coming into with this other individual or group of individuals, there is this project that you've been working on that is coming to fruition. Okay, so you might be going into a business marriage, with other people that are going to give you this wealth and prosperity and abundance and peace of mind. Okay. All right. Let's see. Be bold and make the first move. Some of you Leos out here, you're contemplating on whether or not you want to take a risk. Do it. Of course, weigh the consequences first. But if it's a simple yes or no and it's not really going to impact the situation, take the risk. You might have bigger rewards if you do. Okay. Now that's coming from a strictly business marriage standpoint. Okay. Now, for those of you who are yet to be engaged, and whether it's a male or female, doesn't matter. If you want to pop the question or you've been contemplating, this might be your confirmation. Okay. This card fell. Vanity and pride. If you're marrying into money, if you're marrying into a higher social status than what you're in, okay, don't let your ego bring you down. Don't make yourself look like you're better than other people, okay? Remember, you get what you give in this dimension. It's part of the laws of existence. You reap what you sow, whether it's good or bad. Okay, it's going to come back to you regardless. So keep your pride and your pride and your vanity in check. Make sure it's not going to cause you any downfalls, because it will come back to you when you least expect. Hidden info. All right, so with this hidden info here, is there something that you don't know about your spouse, or vice versa? Is it something that you're hiding from him or her? I'm not saying you got to air all your secrets out to your spouse, okay? Or your partner, life partner, whatever. Hopefully it's nothing shady. You know, what goes on in the dark will come out in the light eventually. So be mindful of that. But for some of you out there, this hidden info actually might feed off of that ego. Okay? So these two cards, interesting enough, can go hand in hand. Okay? So just kind of be mindful of that. Because that hidden, you know, it sounds very ego-driven. And it's interesting that that card came out right after that. All right, Leo, for this section of your reading, signs. There will always be signs to guide you on your true path. So if you have any lepidolite for your third eye chakra, that'll help you on your journey. You're going to have signs and synchronicities anyway, because we're always manifesting. Always remember that. You never, ever are not creating, okay? What you believe on the inside will be reflected out on the outside, okay? So just be mindful of, like I said, how you phrase things, how you treat others, how you treat yourself, obviously. Ask divine consciousness, whoever you worship, God, Allah, whomever, okay, to cleanse your ego. And then it could be too that by you cleansing your ego, the hidden info is coming out, okay? So it could be an opposite of what I said earlier, you know. Sometimes it's not always ego-driven that's holding the hidden info. It could be that one blockage that you have, which could be your third eye, that you're not seeing things in the big picture. That, you know, just because your husband or your wife gets home late doesn't mean that he or she is cheating, okay? There's some people that are actually honorable with their relationship, with their marriage. Also, too, remember that what you fear can manifest also if it's enough emotion behind it. So, like I said, guys, just be mindful, okay? All right, so let's go on to the next one. This next one here is love. And this is for those, oh wow, that, yes, you can be coupled and still married, but this is more for the single Leos out there looking for love. And I don't know why that song, Looking for Love for All the Wrong Places, came out. That was interesting enough. I hope that's not the case for some of you guys. All right, so here we go. So we got flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. I think I talked that one up. Crown, honor and respect will come to you. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Pineapple, reconciliation. Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. And vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Okay. So, Leo, I hate I talked that up earlier, but some of you can probably be disappointed and somebody either that you are trying to get with or somebody that you're already with. Now, that disappointment does not necessarily mean that you're going to break up, okay? So, sit down and talk with your friend or your lover. See what the situation's going, what's going on. If they don't want to talk about it, then, give them the space that they need. Now, of course, if they got too much space, then I'm not going to say do an ultimatum, but try to get as much information as possible. This deep friendship that you have with this individual, is this person the person that you're trying to get with, that's going to give you the honor and respect that you want? Or is this the person that is causing the rift and or causing a blockage from the person that you're trying to be with? Okay. Some of you are going through a period of frustration with that one story. Some things you just have to go through in order to evolve yourself spiritually, okay? For some of you, there's a reconciliation coming from the person that you were disappointed in, okay? Now, it could also be, too, that this person that you have this deep friendship with could be reconciling a situation, too. Like I said, these is people who are loosely involved, who are not yet officially coupled, okay? You're going to overcome your problem regardless. Nothing lasts forever, okay? Hence the bridge here. You're always going to have a way to see things through, whether it's in your favor or whether it's not in your favor. The worrying, the depression, the overthinking, the anxiety, it's going to get the best of you if you don't keep it under wraps, okay? Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know how things are going to, at least have an idea how things are going to play out, okay? Let's go with these oracle cards. Feminine. Well, is this the young lady that's causing the rift? Or is this the young lady that is the target of your affection? Okay. It could be both for you, Leo. It could be that, when you get around this person, you can't speak, you can't act, right. You're acting like you were back there in high school where you breaking out in a sweat. And this, this woman is so beautiful and lovely and striking, For some reason, when I see this card here, are you dealing with a Scorpio? They have a very striking look, especially the females. So, is she the one? And are the features very similar to this girl in this card? That might be confirmation for some of you out there. Are you manifesting somebody that looks like her or something very close? Okay. It says luck is on your side. Me personally, I don't believe in luck. Like I said, everything is created through you. So, anyway, that's just my perception. However, this is a new moon in Sagittarius. Are you dealing with the Sagittarius? Or could it just be a fire sign in general? Fire or water, for that matter. There's a gray area that is within this particular, and I don't know why love triangle comes to mind. Some of you might be in a love triangle. You might be that that third person, that third wheel, you know. Just be mindful of what you're doing, okay? Because you don't want to be put into a situation where you can't get out of, okay? You know, obviously you're, you know, with that luck on your side, you have somebody that is most definitely you're targeting. Hence the bow and arrow. Journey. To enjoy the journey, let go of the outcome. So if you have red aventurine for the sacral chakra, you can use that for meditation. Those of you who resonate with this part of the reading. Life is a journey, okay? It's not always the destination, it's the journey. Then you can sit back when you do get to your destination. You can look back on what you did to, and what it took for you to get to where you are. This particular reading, like I said, with that young lady, there's something very striking to maybe one or two of you Leos out there. Is this the young lady that you're waiting for reconciliation with? Is this somebody that you want to get to know better? Or is this the person that is keeping you from your desired target? Okay. So, like I said, just kind of make sure. Let's pull one more card. It says reflect. Reflect on your actions based on what you are putting yourself up against, okay? Especially with this disappointment. Always do self-reflection on anything that you do. It'll give you a healthier outcome regardless. Look at the negatives as a learning situation. You know, okay, this is just something I have to go through. Acknowledge it. Don't overthink it. Keep going, okay? Don't have too much depression or anxiety. I know it's easier said than done, but you can become a master manifester and you can manifest your depression and anxiety away. Okay, it is possible. All things are possible. Always remember that, regardless of who you worship. Okay. So Leo, I hope that helps. So we're going to go on to the next subject here. All right, we got rid of love. Let's see. Let's do career. Okay. All right. So we got club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Quill, get back to the basics. Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Barrel, you will feel something lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. An ink pot, problems to be resolved. All right, so Leo, you got some drama going on at your job. For some of you, it's a boss that's trying to make you do some things against your better judgment, or coworker for that matter. Blackmail is coming in for some of you. Take the necessary steps if this does resonate with you, to write down everything that goes on in the office if it's going against you. Okay. Dates, names, times. Black and white goes a lot further than word of mouth. Okay. Especially if you write it on pen and paper. You date it, put it in a safe place at your home. I wouldn't leave it at work, especially, since it's going on, you know, at the job site. If you work remotely, again, still journal who said what to whom at what time, or what the situation was. So again, when the big dogs come down from their plush seats and they want to know what's going on, or if HR calls, at least you have your documentation in hand, okay? Don't let yourself feel like this barrow. Don't let yourself feel like you are lacking or you're not worthy, okay? Sit down and, like the quill says, get back to basics. If you feel that you're being targeted at work, number one, don't dwell on it, because you'll manifest it faster. Okay, just focus on you, get back to basics. Hey, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna go to work, I'm not gonna talk to anybody, or I'm not gonna talk to this particular individual, or whatever the case is. Do my job and go to the house. Okay, problem's gonna be resolved either way. Okay, it's a possibility that, if you feel like you need to find another job, don't quit the job that you already have until you get the new job. Okay. It might, like I said, it might be some blackmail going on, like I said, with this pointing the finger. Okay. So just, be mindful of what's going on at work, and you can't control what other people say and what they think, So, but you can control whether or not your actions are triggered based on what they do. Okay. You got memories and nostalgia. You could be thinking about the good old times that you've had at your job. It's a possibility that, you guys got a whole bunch of travel nurses if you're working in healthcare, and you're not used to them. You're used to the old crew that used to be there. It's nothing wrong with being nostalgic. Okay, it doesn't hurt anybody. They're there to help people and get a paycheck just like you. So, or even the temp services the same way. A lot of companies are using temp services because they people just don't want to work. So don't look at them wrongfully just because your old crew went for greener pastures. And it says forgive. Now, the key to enlightenment is forgiveness. Forgiving yourself first and foremost, and forgiving others second. Just make sure you don't let people take advantage of you. Okay. Again.